Hello Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to read your tarot cards here today, so please come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to maybe learn something or better yourself. If the messages that come through don't resonate for you, that's fine. Push them aside. You may want to revisit them at a later date. Sometimes tarot messages make more sense in the future, so just be open to that. You are accountable and responsible. 10 of Pentacles, hell yeah. Let's just get to it. No, you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. You know this, right? This is optional advice, guidance, and energy check-in. That being said, we'll set the intention to give you great messages with clarity and constructive messages that are going to help you in the coming weeks or months. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, Pisces. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. Loving that. Let's hop in here. So you have the Hermit shining his light, so to say, towards the energy of the King of Cups. So this could be you, Pisces, showing up as a strong water sign, but it could go in reverse as well. So there could be the universe, so to say, maybe highlighting a path of love and romance for you. If that's the case, it seems like it's a Page of Pentacles opportunity. So this person is coming through pretty strong, and, you know, seeming like they have the desire to court you and, you know, bring positive energy to the relationship. I love that it's a king coming through. But it sort of shows me that it's in its Page of Pentacles stages. So that's by no means a death sentence or anything bad or negative, but it's something. It's almost like the idea of nurturing a seed. It's like there's something about this where there may be some malleability, is that the right word? Some flexibility, some need to, be flexible and go kind of with the changing of the tides here, because something about this relationship is going to change in the coming months. It could be that you guys as a couple are presented with some sort of challenge, particularly distance. I don't know why I'm getting that. You know, maybe someone has to take care of family or their job relocates them, you know, something of that nature. So the thing is, you don't have tons of struggle and obstacle cards just in this one storyline I'm looking at, but Wheel of Fortune does, in a positive way, it's going to push you to expand and grow. And I think it's important to remember that growth typically comes from feelings where we do feel a little bit uncomfortable or we feel a little bit strained or challenged. So from challenge comes growth. So it's all about embracing that. And I will say, I really like the energy of the Hermit and the King of Cups here. So I think both people are coming into this willing to do the work, but there is work to be done. There could be financial issues that sort of come to the forefront of this, possibly issues with child or child care, or something about children may factor into this, and not necessarily, you know, terrible things. It's not to spook you, but some sort of challenge or obstacle with a child, involving a child. That could be another scenario here. But I do really like that. There could be some sort of windfall of money, especially coming to whoever is this King of Cups. Maybe that's you, maybe that's your partner. They may come from a family that has a lot of money and sort of well-established roots in like I don't know, some sort of like business endeavor. They may come from a very wealthy family. If that's not the case, there could be sort of news of money coming in, or news of, I don't know if it's a raise or a promotion, but it feels bigger than that. I don't exactly know what to say. Yeah, I do think it comes from some source of money. So maybe it's an inheritance. I'm not exactly sure what that is. And I'm almost tempted to say unexpected money comes in. So, you know, maybe it's not millions of dollars, right? That's probably not going to be likely for the majority of you out there. But there does seem to be a big influx of money that comes in at really good timing when you may actually need it. Gosh, I don't know what this is, but the 10 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune is like cha-ching. I like that very much, and I almost see the Knight of Swords as delivering that message. Several of your cards surrounding this sort of positive energy of a person coming in, as well as positive energy of money, or, you know, we can look at it in terms of just value. You know, it feels like your life has more value being added to it, you know. you're seeing the value in things, people, surroundings, opportunities around you. That could also be the Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Pentacles. You know, it stems from gratitude and realizing how amazing your life is, right? Doesn't mean it's perfect, right? But there's sort of this new influx of like, wow, this feels big, this feels important. Like I'm appreciating it and I'm enjoying it. That being said, there's a lot of cards around this sort of windfall, for lack of a better term, this influx of whatever this positive energy is. Several cards to me relating to the idea of home and family and roots and ancestry. So that's why I'm tempted to say, is it an inheritance? Is someone coming from a family that has a lot of wealth and power and money? I'm not sure what else it would be, but something connected to family with the Chariot, the Six of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, even the Ace of Pentacles, the way it's presented here, it feels very much like, I'm wanting to say like going home. So I don't know if that's going to make sense for anyone out there. I certainly hope it does. Perhaps you guys sell a property. That could relate to the idea of home and acquiring more money, right? If you were renting something out and then you decide to sell it and you get that big chunk of money, that's like a really good example of what I'm feeling here. So it's something that has been available to you, but you didn't really consider it. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wow, like, glad we did this because like we're really seeing the reward from it. Anyway, yeah, maybe you're selling something off that is of great value. I don't know, like stocks or bonds or something that's just kind of been, you know, sitting in the lockbox for some time that you're like, you know, these might actually be worth something. I think you're right. I think they will be. Anyway, moving on. I also think that for a lot of my Pisces, there is I'm sort of hearing the word higher calling, to seek out your guides, maybe that's spirit guides, or possibly a mentor or a teacher here in the 3D. I'm hearing the word service, to learn how to serve better in your role in whatever it is you do. And maybe that's career related, right? Maybe you're seeking out more courses or classes and seeking almost quote unquote like an internship, even if it's not literally that. The idea of hanging out with people who are more experienced or well-versed in a field that you're looking to break into or just gain more knowledge. Again, Page of Pentacles to me is almost like a student energy where it's like maybe you're a little bit naive or a little bit wet behind the ears, but you have so much to learn. And the fact that it's showing up as Pentacles says like this is a tremendous jumping off point for you. So it's worth investing that little bit of money to do that because I think it's really going to benefit you. But again, Page of Pentacles, earth energy, it's slow moving, right? So it's not about Cinderella stories and success overnight. It's kind of like this, you got to hunker down and commit to it, but this could be a really good path for you. It might be some sort of topic or subject that has always interested you, but you never had time to devote to it. Something about your schedule, you may free yourself up to invest in this course or this class, or I don't even know if it's that official. It might just be sort of connecting with someone in that field and having a nice little back and forth kind of rapport via email or conversation or meeting up for coffee or calling them up on the phone and asking their advice or guidance. This person seems very willing to shed light on the subject and share with you kind of these gems and this information of what they know. It could even be something like a life coach, right? Sharing their wisdom, and there is kind of this like mentorship thing. And you know, as always, Pisces, you're like a sponge. You're like absorbing it all, and there's something very beneficial to you. But I do see this being a long-lasting relationship that may carry this sort of connection may be something in your life for the next like 2 to 3 years. That's sort of what I mean. Like we're thinking more long term here, not just this, you know, one and done. I'm gonna meet up and learn how to instruct a yoga class and be done and start my own. You know, you can do that. I'm not saying you can't, especially fields involving health and wellness, things with the body, dieting. You know, I say that because of this kind of Virgo energy here. That could be literally anything. But yeah, I see this being like a several year thing that you undertake. And the thing is, you really enjoy it. You're already showing up as King of Cups energy. So it's like your heart is really invested in it. Yeah, I think that feels really awesome. And some of you may end up pursuing a teaching role or a professor, you know what I'm trying to say, something at like university. You may want to teach something. I think there's, especially with this kind of Virgo energy, there's a lot of potential for student to become the teacher and so on and so on. It can start this beautiful cycle of like passing on knowledge and information. and I don't know why I'm just hearing the word compassion. You come at this subject or this topic or your future clients very compassionately, and that's something that is kind of unique to you and something that this field desperately needs. I hope that makes sense. All right. So there may be a message from the past, possibly a friend, more likely a romantic partner who isn't necessarily doing great. And I don't know if they're coming in with, trying to wine and dine you. I almost don't get that. I think someone from your past reaches out with an apology because they spent a lot of time thinking about their life and their path and their trajectory and their history with you. And there's a feeling of regret and remorse that maybe they didn't treat you better. And just to be very clear, there's a couple messages here. Very frequently in challenging relationships, we don't get that closure. We don't get that apology. And that's something I think, you Pisces need to be okay with. But for some of you, you get lucky in that you do kind of get a little bit of closure of realizing that you were a good catch. And this person maybe made you question who you are or what you had to offer, and maybe got you all up in your head about this, why am I not good enough? And this energy coming forward is meant to show you that you have to believe in yourself and your own confidence, and you have to love yourself and not become jaded because certain things or certain people don't work out. If a path is blocked, in one area, it doesn't mean you go off in the next one assuming or carrying that extra baggage of, oh, well, nothing never works out for me. So in a way, it's a confidence builder, but it's also a reminder that you didn't do anything wrong. And I mean, again, this is the majority of you, right? The cross watchers may feel differently, right? For some cross watchers, this may actually be a message to you about your Pisces, right? So just keep that in mind. But I do want to be clear, though, what's coming through. I think it's amazing that some of you may get a little bit of closure and clarity to a chapter that was not easy, but you did step up and do your healing, right? You tried to see the bigger picture and sort of take a different path or the road less traveled, or try and distance yourself from this energy and really work on yourself to be the best version of yourself you can be in all aspects, not just love and romance, but everywhere. And I think you're doing that because part of this reading is saying Pisces is showing up as King of Cups, male, female, whatever you identify with. That's like a very strong, it's like the hierarchy, right? Like the knight, the king to the queen. So like there's watery energy showing up with king energy, which is really strong and really great. Unfortunately, this person that's coming back, while it's nice that they're giving you, yes, a compliment feels great. It strokes your ego a little bit, but that's not really what this is about. So there's no reason not to be kind of happy and give yourself a pat on the back that you've come so far, that this person, when they return, it doesn't really trigger you the way it used to, because your feelings have changed about this person. I think because you recognize that they didn't love you and they didn't appreciate you in the way that you needed to be treated and appreciated. But you no longer look back and either like regret the time you spent with them or regret that you didn't do something different. You're at peace with it. And it's like this person circles back around, maybe because they see you succeeding and they're a little bit like, man, I could have been with Pisces. That being said, are they in a good state to come forward and be with you now? I'm going to be honest, guys, I don't see that with Five of Pentacles. And I don't like to do messages that are fear-based or scary or intimidating. That's not my goal. But some of you, this will resonate in that this person may have chose a lifestyle that was very self-destructive, and that may have caught up with them. So there could have been substance abuse issues or something of the sort, right? Living life fast and hard has caught up with them. Or if it's not that, it's just, I don't know. I have to be super honest. There may be an issue, like a medical issue or an illness that has really put things in perspective for them. And so there is this looking back and romanticizing all the things that could have been, but they chose a different path. And they did. As I say to you guys at the tarot readings, like this person is accountable and responsible for their life choices and their decisions. So while there may be this very, I don't know if this is true. In the past, there may have been this desire to come to their rescue and step in and intervene and quote unquote save them, right? Be the martyr. There isn't that as much anymore. I think it certainly brings back memories of what happened between you. And some of those memories are not so pleasant. I'm not saying you can't cherry pick the good ones, but I don't think this is ultimately a message of, hey, you can go back to them now. It's all sorted out. It's great. This is really like, wow, like karma is real. And I don't wish this person anything bad. And I don't think you do either. I think you're so above that. You're just like, there's just kind of like this heavy sigh of like, that's a shame. That's a shame that they're struggling or that they're going through that. But it does sort of reinforce the fact that everybody has their own spiritual journey. Everybody has their own individual path to walk. And that's what you're doing. Like, you're living and breathing it right now for yourself. So my best advice to you is keep going down the path you're going on. I don't think it's worth, quote unquote, like turning around to revisit things. And I don't really think that's what this person is asking you to do for the majority of you. In sort of a less turbulent storyline, yes, you may have an ex that reaches back out to you, but again, it's because they're feeling kind of nostalgic and romanticizing the past. But are they coming changed? Are they coming correct? Are they coming with like a new perspective on things? Not really. Or at minimum, Five of Pentacles says they have nothing to give. As much as they may want to, come with this new energy and court you and this and that. Five of Pentacles is like, they can't for some reason. They're dealing with their own stuff. And for a lot of them, it's like body stuff or medical stuff or health stuff. I just have to be honest. So here's what you can do, Pisces. You can wish them well and set good intentions in the universe for yourself and send good vibes out to this person. That's kind of what I would guide you to do here, because you can't fix this person. You can't rescue them. And you may have tried to do that in the past and it didn't work out. But the thing is, that was never your responsibility. Like, trust in the universe, have faith, says the Wheel of Fortune, that Jupiter energy. Things are going to work out the way they are supposed to. So have faith that the universe is going to take care of this person and the universe is going to take care of you. But it doesn't necessarily mean that your timelines or your paths are going to coincide any longer. I know that's a bit of a heavy message, but I also think it's a very important one. So I hope that makes sense to some of you. All right, so for some of you, there could be a Virgo who's looking to connect with you in a more romantic way. There could be an engagement with someone who has strong Virgo placements. There could be talk of starting a family or having a second child. I definitely see a long-term relationship with a Virgo. And that may, again, have to do with this idea of kind of peaks and valleys. It's not all this perfect Cinderella story, but it has the potential to be such a strong, lasting relationship that you guys will see each other through challenges. And in terms of this past person who's coming back, I don't see any zodiac signs screaming out to me. That could also be a Virgo. It's possible. It also may be like Gemini, Scorpio, Taurus. Those are just some random ones, but literally that could be any sign. So don't get too caught up on that. All right, there might be an important discussion you have to have with your family about money. I don't know if that's your immediate family, like husband, wife, kids, or if that's more like your mother and your father, your aunt, your uncle. There's important discussions with your family about money and possibly property, possibly inheritance. It could also be starting a family family building. Starting a family business, and also the property or the land that needs to be acquired to do that. Important contracts regarding land and property and big sums of money. Whether it's going out or coming in, there are important talks of money. I don't think it's anything to fear. I just think it's important decisions that need to be made sooner than later, because it is sort of affecting, the future storyline that is unfolding. I don't know if there's a specific deadline. Maybe for some of you there is. But I see positive conversations around money. So if it's been sort of a sore topic of conversation, I do see solutions presenting more. So I think that's important to know. Now we have to remember, like, you have Wheel of Fortune is what's guiding the energy of this reading. So all of this, despite how you may be feeling about it, it definitely has positive connotations. It is going to force and encourage you to grow. But from that, there's going to be more abundance and more blessings coming to you. All right, Pisces, that's what I got for you. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.